Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's that time again in the month where we take the opportunity to hop into my Vanguard account and see exactly what's happened over the last 30 days or so. We're in November 2021 and it's been an incredible month for my portfolio so far. It's come on leaps and bounds since the last update in October 21, and we're going to jump straight in and have a look at that today. Here we are then inside my Vanguard account, and you can see that the total value of my portfolio is currently sat at £10,418.79. This is an amazing feeling. I've finally reached my 5-figure milestone in under 3 years of investing, and if you've been following my journey, you'll know that I haven't invested that much every single month. Some of this has come from capital growth, but most of it has just come from my consistent small investments every single month. But we'll hop in and we'll have a look at that in a moment. My current rate of return is 55.41%. Obviously that is a time-weighted return, and this means that it takes into account the length of time that money has been invested in the portfolio. If you checked out my October update, you'll know that my portfolio at that point was valued at just £9,361. So the value of this portfolio has increased over £1,050 in a little over a month. The largest investment within my portfolio currently is in the S&P 500 ETF, with a total value of £3,907.57, and this equates to around 37.5% of my total ISA value. If you caught my 6-fund portfolio video recently, you'll know that I'm now investing in just 6 funds which cover the whole global market. So whilst this S&P 500 weighting sits at around 37.5% currently, I'm looking to increase that to 50% of my portfolio. Whilst this doesn't reflect the overall market cap of US equities at the moment, which sits at around 61%, I personally don't feel happy with having over 50% of my portfolio allocated to one geographical location, which is the reason why I've pulled the S&P 500 down to around 50%, and this has enabled me to allocate additional money to things like the emerging markets and a little bit more of a UK bias, because that's obviously where I live. In the 6 monthly instalments that I've made so far within this tax year, I've used about £2,500 of my total overall ISA, which means that I am actually at the moment on track to invest between £4,500 and £5,000 within this financial year, which will be a personal record for me, and again which will continue to keep my portfolio growing over time. Let's dive a little bit deeper then and hop in and have a look at my overall performance. You can see here that since inception, which was on the 23rd of May 2019, I've invested £8,445, and my investments have returned to me £1,973.79. Now that is made up of not only capital growth but also dividend income, of which I've made quite a lot during that time. We can have a look at the growth of this over time in the graph that Vanguard puts together for you. Again, I've been through this so many times now, but you can see I initially started with just £500 in my portfolio. That was my first initial lump sum investment, right up to where it's sat today at over £10,400. If we hop into the calculations, you can see it's broken down in even more detail. You can see over here on the right hand side, in dividends, this is something that I'm really impressed with. I've made £170.41 in 2 years and 6 months of investing since I opened my Vanguard portfolio in May of 2019. Bearing in mind the overall amount that I've invested into this portfolio is £8,445. This £170 in dividend income equates to over 2% in return on investment from just the cash that I have paid in. That doesn't take into account any capital growth that I've made during that time. This is far better than any savings account that I know that's out there on the market at the moment. Besides things like the NatWest Everyday Saver, which I do have myself, which gives you a 3% interest rate if you invest £50 every month. But obviously that doesn't go anywhere very quickly at all. So this is unbeatable. Of course, I've had to pay fees during that time as well, and on Vanguard they charge you in 2 main ways from your account. They charge you in ongoing charges and also account fees. Now I've paid just £12.92 in fees during the 2 years and 6 months that I've been investing. This really isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things compared to the overall size of my portfolio. This all at the bottom then adds up to the total amount of growth that my portfolio has seen, which is now rapidly closing in on £2,000. If you jump in and have a look at the month, as I said, it's been a particularly good month for me this November, with the markets climbing pretty much all across the globe. You can see if we scroll down here, so far this month I've invested £170. That's a mixture of money that I've been paid from some of the affiliate marketing schemes that I do, as well as some additional cash that I've had. I've not made the lump sum investment that I usually make this month just yet. I make that when I get paid at the end of the month. So my overall monthly investment for November will probably be around £350 to perhaps £400. And for those of you who've checked out my future £1 million Vanguard portfolio video, you'll know that there's a particular reason that I'm planning on investing £400 a month from now on. So if you haven't checked that one out yet, go and give it a look, because it's a really interesting forecast of where my portfolio could be. We're sat then on the 13th of November, and so far this month the market has returned to me almost £350. So if you scroll down, I believe, barring November last year, which returned to me £385, that is the best monthly return that I have seen since opening my portfolio. For some reason, I don't know economically why it may be, but November seems to be a particularly good month for growth within the stock market. In October, during my last portfolio update, I hadn't actually received any dividend income at that point, but I did say I would update you, and here we go. Last month's dividend income came in and it totted up to £49.13. This means that I almost made £50 in dividends for the quarter. I'm on £10,000 now, just over £10,418 I think I said. And from now on, things will start to pick up and speed up, and that will mean that this portfolio really can begin to grow now. We'll hop straight in and have a look at my investments at the moment. So you know that I invest in 6 funds. I've currently still got the live strategy on my books, but I will be looking to sell out of that very soon. If you don't know how to sell a fund yet, I'll pop a video up above, which is one of my Vanguard videos, which shows you exactly how to sell out of a fund on the platform. So my investment in the FTSE emerging market is currently valued at £1,121. I've currently seen a dividend income of £24.31 with a gross return of 27.17% and a total return of just over £150. My FTSE Developed Asia Pacific ex Japan ETF, I've currently got a total value invested of £483 with a total income of £17.76, giving me a gross return of 34.17% and a total gain or loss of £110.83. In the FTSE Developed Europe ex UK, now of course I split my European markets between a European fund and a UK fund, but in the European fund I've currently got £614 invested, which has given me an income of £7.20 with a total gross return of 13.5% and a total return of £58.18. On to the FTSE Japan, which has been up and down, trading sideways, not doing anything fantastic. The total value of £576 with a total income of just over £5 for me. The gross return is 8.17%, and this sees a total return to me of £30.82. On to the FTSE 100, which again performed particularly poorly last year when coronavirus hit. I've currently got £1,301 invested with a total dividend income of £73.02. £73.02, that's awesome. With a total gross return of £32.23, with a total overall return of £223. Onto the absolute jewel in my portfolio now, which is the S&P 500. I've currently got £3,060 invested with a total dividend income of £42.87. My total time-weighted return on this, gross time-weighted return that is £83.79, or on cash value that's £890.23. And there we go then. The only way from here is up, I think. I've finally reached the £10,000 milestone, and I'm actually not getting too far off £10,500 now, which means £11,000 is only just around the corner. If you haven't started investing yet, I really cannot recommend it enough. The whole process has been really enjoyable for me. It's enabled me to have control over my money, and it's also enabled me to see my money grow over time, which is so rewarding. If you don't fancy using Vanguard and instead want to use a phone app to invest in, why don't you use something like Trading 212 or Freetrade? Both are excellent apps that hold both or all of the 6 funds that I currently invest in on their platform. I've got 2 links down below in the description which will enable you to get a free share valued up to £200 on Freetrade and £100 on Trading 212. Now, Trading 212 currently isn't taking on new members. Hopefully that will be changing very soon, but Freetrade is an excellent app that I've started to use myself, as you'll see in a video coming very soon. So like I say, if you do want to sign up to them, links down in the description, and it will really help the channel out. If you do enjoy videos like this, please do let me know by commenting on the video, clicking the like button, and also subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already, as it really will help the channel to grow, and that's something that I'm really also passionate about at the moment. I want to make this as good and as big as possible. So if you have enjoyed it, please do that, and with that said, I will catch you guys all in the next one.